So you might have found this title to be a bit interesting. You might have thought, is this about luring a man to you, the lure of love, the lure of sex, the lure of attraction? Well, actually, none of those. This is about a concept of mine that I've actually honed in for many years and created a program out of, believe it or not, because it is that profound. It is life-changing for women who are at a place in their relationship where they want commitment, they know they are ready, they know it's been a while, and I say normally a year's time, and they are ready to face their fear of finding out for sure whether their man is ready, willing, and able to go the distance. This is a real crossroads. And so many of us, when we're in relationships, we have a feeling. We know we are there. And we know that there is something that needs to happen. But most often we don't believe there's really anything we can do other than talk to our man about it. And actually, that doesn't usually work. And it's not a great approach. If you know anything about me, you know one of my number one gender gaps is that women relate via verbalization and men relate via action. So you may have even discovered that talking to your man about anything related to your relationship is not a good strategy. It just doesn't usually work. It's just the difference between male and female. So if you want to have something happen in your relationship, well then what do? If you're not talking to your man about things, how is he ever going to get to a place of understanding what you want and then set about perhaps making that happen and your relationship going the distance? Well, it's actually quite easy, and it's actually a pretty black and white thing. Yes. It took me years of real pain in my own life, of course, and then developing myself in my work as a social worker and my education, a lot of personal research and really, I have to say, and this may sound a little woo-woo, but when all of this started happening for me, when I became, or was becoming, I should say, a dating and relationship coach, it really was coming from a place I didn't even understand. It was almost like a divine intervention. And when I wrote my book, and the principles in my book, Why Won't He Commit? The women reviewed it and said things like life-changing and mind-blowing, because I related the what goes on for men to something that women have in their own lives so that they can understand men. And this is what I believe they're referring to when they're saying life-changing. Because when you understand men from something that you do in your life, again, all this related to relationships, commitment, etc., it is so helpful to you. And I'm all about that help, because I believe that women are love in the world. We give love in the world. We bring forth love. We bring forth life into the world. We are love, and we deserve the full commitment and security that comes with a man committing. And what happens, I believe, is what I call my girlfriend law of diminishing returns. And this is for anyone who's in a real relationship. And sometimes, people come to me and they say, well, I'm in a relationship with this man. Well, actually, he doesn't think you're in a relationship. While you're doing things together, and that's having sex most typically, he doesn't feel it's a real relationship. And he may be spending a lot of time sexually with you, but in no other way. And if that's the case, then it's not a real relationship for him, and you really must recognize that. But if you are in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, and you know that by him doing things with you and for you and being around you and spending more time other than just for sex, then if it's been a year or longer, you want to really look at certainly that video I have, my girlfriend law of diminishing returns. Very significant, because more time in does not predicate a man committing. It just doesn't. It doesn't foster it either. It actually can lessen his desire to do so. But what I do know is this. The approach of the lore is so amazing because it's a very black and white approach that has you knowing for sure, absolutely 100% for sure. Because this way of relating your desire for complete commitment, it's value-based. It allows him to make the decision following your decision. And what is that? That's a worthy opponent approach. Because if you know anything from my book, you know my concept of men are about 3 C's and women are about 3 C's. My 3 C's of men, they are all about competition, challenge, conquering. And it is how they see the world and relate to the world, no matter whether it's in business, in an advocation, or education, or love. Everything in their lives, it's about this. And when we relate to a man in the way that he understands, that's how we get real results. And this isn't about hoodwinking a man into anything, not at all, because certainly we don't want any commitment or marriage to come out of manipulating. Not at all. And that's the difference. And that's why there's fear related to it for women. And you might have fear going into this and saying, well, I don't know if I could really deal with if he were out. And that's it. It's facing that fear of the lure. Because you will absolutely know. Women in this program, I give so much credit to because they're fearless. Well, when I say fearless, I should say they are courageous because they are facing their fear. Bravery and courage isn't lack of fear. It's doing something despite fear. Because yes, fear of loss is great. But if you are at a place where you really want to know for sure, is this man going to go the distance? Because he's not going to tell you. No. And I have all manner of other things, videos, information about why he's not going to tell you. And we won't go into that here. But he's not going to tell you. And this will allow you to know for sure. Because if he's not going to do it now, after a year, your chances lessen. They don't get greater. And my work is helping you figure that out according to the uniqueness of your relationship and what has occurred heretofore. That's what it's all about. There's no huge, one size fits all. There are particulars. For example, if you've been together a year, and let's say a special occasion is coming up, he may be waiting for that special occasion to propose. There are milestones and little ones, and because men are very attuned to this, and they want a proposal to be super special because it's the biggest thing in his personal life, and it will be in yours too. And we want that. First and foremost, you must really sit down with yourself and ask a few questions. 1, is this a real relationship? Have I been a worthy opponent, and am I being one now? Am I going to stand in my value and not be manipulating, browbeating, giving an ultimatum? None of that. But showing my value in a way that says, I want to be in a committed relationship, and that is what I am going to have in my life. This may be so strange to your ears. Well, how do you do that? I cannot give you all of that in one video as well. That's what the program is, because it's step by step. And seeing, wait, we need to maybe rein in some things here, or we need to put gas to it. It really depends on the uniqueness of your situation vis-a-vis the man and what he has been showing you all along. And that's where I come in. I always say I'm someone who helps women see the forest instead of just the trees, because I have that objectivity and the training and the knowledge, and it is my great pleasure and honor when I work with someone and relate it to them, and then they get that proposal. I just had a proposal this past week that really was profound, because it came early on, well before even the 6-month mark, and she did not think she was going to get this, and it was a real touch and go each week, and holding herself with the commitment to what will work, and that she would know for sure. And voila, yes, she found out for sure with that engagement ring, because that's the man's decision. Men relate via their decisions. That's right. They don't relate verbally, they relate via action, and then they need to make a decision. We relate from our emotions, they relate from their decisions. And so you, when you're a worthy opponent, you show your decision. That's a clue. And he then feels much more compelled and honored to make his. You must be fearless. You have to start there. And that's also what a weekly program does. It helps you with that fear, quelling it, dealing with the anxiety that comes from it. It can make you incredibly anxious. Of course. This is profound, but so is your life. And so is the chance for you to marry and maybe have a child, or really move forward or stay stuck. This is big. And so I hope you will put your mind to it, your heart to it, and a bit of your resources to it, because it's that important. Don't let something go awry because you just continue doing the same thing, and let time alone will not foster what needs to be fostered in the man in order for him to want to make a decision and finally commit. Face your fear, and with that fear and facing it, you will get to a new and wonderful place in your romantic life. I know that for sure, and there will always be more here. Make sure to check out my videos, like this and comment, and get my book so that we could be talking soon about your unique situation and getting you on track to getting the love that you desire and deserve. I trust you got a lot of good information from today's video, so I hope you'll subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're sure to get all my upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And if you are here and seeing this video between May 19th, 2021 and June 19th, 2021, then I urge you to go to my spring Not Just a Fling giveaway. It's a giveaway especially for subscribers here, and if you are already subscribed, You just go to that video, Spring Not Just a Fling giveaway, and you will get all the instructions on how to enter. If you are a new viewer, then please do subscribe and be part of the Wonder Women family. And you can do that by going to that video as well, subscribing, get all the details there, and get a wonderful giveaway and getaway in 2021.